Hello, it's take two of today's YouTube Live. We hope that we have sound this time, and I'm going to wait for an update from Katrina. I don't know if she's going to put it in my YouTube comments or direct to my phone, and I hope that you can hear us. I'm Nicole, and this is Stephanie. Hello, and we're here for our weekly chat on the skin microbiome.
Nice. Yes. And today we're going to focus on rewilding the skin.
And I have a comment from Katrina that says she can hear us. We were using Bonnie's computer, and it's a constant debate in this workplace whether Windows/Android or Mac devices win. And today I would say that the Windows
Android works.
Yeah, today it did. But we don't need to have too much of that argument. I know it's usually better for all of the digital things, but to talk to you today, we're back on my Windows laptop. Katrina agrees, Windows for the win.
Nice.
So yeah, thanks for joining us. If you're here live, send us some comments and we can chat with you. And if you're watching the replay, there's lots to learn, and make sure you take a look back at the rest of our playlist so you can see all the topics we've been covering on Friday afternoons. Today's topic, I feel, is a little bit, I can't believe we didn't cover it yet in this forum. We've talked a lot about the 30-day Rewild. I think starting back since like our launch event in November.
Yep.
And if you're on our email list, you've probably seen it in emails. You might have seen some videos about it. And for those of you who might want a refresher or are hearing about it for the first time, that's what we'll be discussing. So yeah, Stephanie, what can you tell us about the 30-day Rewild with Esse?
Going back to basics is super important, and working on our skin microbiome. It is a hot topic. It's a huge topic now. Rewilding is a TikTok this year, as we all know, which is exciting.
I should share my results on TikTok.
Yes, you should.
Mine's mostly cat videos, but I could add something of myself.
Do your journal on TikTok if you were willing to. But we need to look at skin microbiome. I know we've talked about it before, but it truly did start all of this topic from the Human Microbiome Project that started back in between 2006, 2008. When it first started, it focused on gut microbiome. But they now know we have many microbiomes in human anatomy, gut being one of them, birth canal being another one, and a huge topic now is skin. Any part of human anatomy that contacts with the outside world or has a microbiome that is supposed to be there. So we need to focus more on that. It's definitely a big thing.
So can you talk a little bit about why the 30-day Rewild is a great place to start? If you are, I would say, either a professional looking to evaluate the Esse skincare line, or for someone who is newly becoming a stockist, let's talk about why it's the 30-day Rewild is the way to start.
We have to get our skin used to prebiotics, postbiotics, and probiotics. In the professional industry, we all know that when we change our skincare routine and better our skincare routine, at times our skin has to purge. It has to purge out what has kind of gotten stuck in there, what needs to come out and clean out. And that can happen through papules and pustules. It can happen from rashes, different things. So we need to start out with a sensitive range to help our skin transition, to help the skin microbiome. It's quite significant. The way we learned about skin through schooling and through textbook, it's completely evolving. It's completely grown. So when we learned about epidermis, dermis, hypodermis, not wrong, still there, but we now know there's an entire whole section on top of all that called the skin microbiome. And we need to nourish it and deal with the harmful invaders. We got to stop the harmful invaders. The pathogenic microbes is what they've discovered is causing skin conditions. It's causing inflammatory skin conditions. And we know with inflammation on the skin, it's a knock-on effect. We could have acne development. We could have significant aging development in the skin organ, hyperpigmentation development, like the list just goes on. So we need to start with trying to deal with the inflammation side and deal with getting out the pathogenic microbes that are causing the harm.
Something that really appealed to me with recommending the 30-day Rewild, as well as taking that journey for myself, was how simple it was.
Yeah.
Can you talk about which products one would use during their 30-day Rewild?
Absolutely. A few things. I actually just had this conversation yesterday with a person, which was exciting, is we now need to use cleansers to remove makeup or sunscreens. We need to stop over cleansing the skin. So even like for here, the sensitive cleanser.
This is my favorite product.
I know, it's amazing. I even use a makeup removal on my eyes. I can actually open my eyes. It doesn't burn or sting my eyes. I find that amazing.
I agree.
So many products out there that are even eye makeup removers and they hurt your eyes. They shouldn't. You use it to remove product in the evenings. We need to stop cleansing in the morning. We've talked about sebum and estes. We have done that.
And one of these previous topics.
Yes. And so we now scientists now know that our sebum is extremely important and it follows circadian rhythm. We make our best quality sebum in the morning, so we need to stop using cleansers in the morning and wash it all off. In the morning, rinse with water. Then you can go into your mist, your Esse mist for sensitive range, and a moisturizer. And there's 2 moisturizers. The Esse Nourish moisturizer, this is a favorite, especially in Canadian winters. It's a little bit more rich with shea butter. And then there's the Hydro moisturizer without shea butter if you are truly an oily or combination skin type. That's simple. Cleanse in the evening, remove makeup, sunscreen. In the morning, rinse with water. Both times you can tone and use your moisturizer. After that, we'll add in a couple extra steps.
And how long should one wait before adding in those steps? I see we have Robin in the chat now. Hi, Robin.
Welcome.
She's going to try Esse for the first time soon. So she's here to know all that info.
Absolutely. Let's help. You're going to start this section of skincare line. This section is your pre and post biotics. Prebiotics feed your good microbes. We need to give them food because the pathogenic microbes want to eat up everything and our good microbes can like dwindle away. We need to feed them. Postbiotics are non-living probiotics, so we're trying to help exclude the bad, trying to create competitive exclusion. You start here. Do it at least 2 weeks. 2 weeks before we add more. Our next big favorite, I know for all of us it is, our next big favorite is Protect Oil. It is made up of Shmenia oil, and it actually gives you UV and pollution protection. I was blown away by it when some of the team went to Amsterdam. We rode bikes for 2 whole days in the sun. I had Protect Oil on my skin, no SPF, and I never got any suntan or sunburn. And 2 whole days of bike riding all day. I was amazed. I
was not brave enough to try that. We talked, I think that was in our one where we didn't have sound, but I got a little sun out on my bike race on the weekend. But I did layer Protect Oil on my face. And then I also added my SPF because I was outside for a while. Can you talk about, because this was one thing that was new for me, was is there an order which the Protect Oil should be applied? Like, are we going to do that before the moisturizer, after the moisturizer? Doesn't matter.
Good question. Put it on before the moisturizer so you can push it into the skin.
Okay.
The more it goes into the skin, the better. But if you add a serum, then it doesn't matter. Protect Oil or serum, it doesn't matter because we have the option 2 serums in the sensitive line. One is Resurrect Serum, focusing on aging concerns in the skin. But the other one, which is personally my favorite, is a sensitive serum.
And so either one of those will work for the Rewild.
Yes. And the sensitive serum is a live probiotic. And it made my skin feel like I had a facial.
How does someone know if their skin is ready for that live probiotic?
They will know it's ready if they don't have reactions or purging in the first 2 weeks. Once the skin's done purging, then you go to sensitive serum.
And I think this is where the skin therapists really have the opportunity to provide that support and follow up with their clients so that you can go back to them and give them that skin analysis to let them know when they're ready to move on to the next step.
Absolutely. And coaching and checking in with your clients, that's a big thing that needs to be done in the industry. Check in. And absolutely, then they can know when to add. So start with the 3 steps first, then we'll add at least 2 weeks later. Now, for some people, depending on the skincare you have used before, if you focus more on a skincare line that's more synthetic versus natural or organic, you're going to purge more. There's going to be more purging because more chemicals have to come out of the skin. Yes, we say 30-day Rewild challenge because usually that's the average timeline, but for some people it can be longer.
And what I did find is I'm still using some of my products that I originally started with in November for my 30-day Rewild, but I still have the only product I've had to replace so far was my moisturizer, which I now added the deep moisturizer in. So with the seasonal change.
Yep.
The rest I'm still on my original packaging. And I think part of that comes down to like the minimalistic view of the routine, not having to use my cleanser necessarily twice a day.
Yep.
And a little goes a long way.
That's just it. When your skin's hydrated, you use less product because there's less pull on the product. When you're not doing full elaborate routines, can we also say we save money? Like it's significant.
Absolutely.
It's sustainable in the sense of your pocketbook. Like you are saving money by doing less steps that are not necessarily needed. And what is a person's skin type and skin condition to what they actually really need?
What I've noticed is my skin, I don't even really feel like I have a skin type anymore. It just feels like skin.
Exactly. And I know we've had these talks many times, but I completely agree with you. Not over cleansing my skin every single day. I'm less oily. I'm not oily anymore because I've let it go to good sebum production. And so those are things to think about. Like we have to stop over cleansing and over sanitizing.
Can you talk about some of the other lifestyle practices that help make a 30-day Rewild more successful?
Absolutely. Have a couple days where they're makeup free. If you have days that you don't need to wear makeup, or if there's days you're working from home and you're not in the office with people, take a break. Take a break because then you don't need to use a cleanser that day at all. On days I don't wear makeup, I just cleanse with water. I'm not cleansing with anything else. If I have makeup on, then I need a cleanser. I need to take it off. We need to get outside. Go outside.
And the good weather is here now. That makes it so much easier.
It's so true. Yeah, we need to get outdoors, go for a walk, exercise. Is super important for us. Even with healthy lifestyle, our skin is the largest organ of the human body. So what we do inside can show up on skin. We need our omegas, help skin health, hair health, nail health. You can take a supplement or we can eat fish, cheese, or seeds. We got to cut back on sugar. I know that's not new. There is so much science showing what overconsumption of sugar does to our health, internal health. But it also affects skin health. And the actual theory behind that is called advanced glycation end product. But sugar cross-links with proteins in the body. Our collagen is protein. It breaks it down. Excessive sugar ages you significantly. So, looking at sometimes healthier choices, get outside, roam in nature. A challenge with the skin microbiome in modern society now is we are more only human-to-human contact. Touch a plant, pet an animal. Of course, if they let you, don't just pet an animal. But walk a dog, get outside garden, get your hands in some dirt, things like that. Get in contact back with nature is really helpful too.
Right. And then we can take advantage of getting some of those good microbes as part of our microbiome.
Yep.
Something that I'll give a little hint that we'll be talking about soon is that there's actually tools where you can measure the microbiome of your skin and see what type of bacteria live on it. And Stephanie had the opportunity to have that done. So we'll be covering that, I think next week, but I'll have to, okay.
I think so. Yeah. We'll talk about the skin testing next week, I think.
Yeah.
Nice.
Are there any other must-have points you want to share about the 30-day Rewild? Any questions from those watching now? Leave comments if you're watching the replay, and we'd love to share. We'll link some other resources about the 30-day Rewild in the comments for this live. I think to recap, can share again, these are the products that you'll be starting with for your 30-day Rewild: the sensitive cleanser, the sensitive mist, and the Nourish moisturizer. What's the other one called?
Hydro
moisturizer. So depending on your skin type, your skin therapist can help recommend those. Robin has another question for us. If you haven't met Robin yet, I forget Robin's title, but Robin's new to our team. And she works offsite, so that's why she's connecting here in YouTube, especially with us. If this is a really good question, because you are not the first person to ask Robin, and Robin's our support specialist. That makes sense. I need a lot of that. So if you don't have sensitive skin, should you still start with the sensitive line?
Yes, because that's kind of going to be my finishing point. So
perfect
question, Robin, because it's going to be my finishing point. You need to look at what you have been using on your skin. If you cannot read the ingredients in your product or make any sense of them, it's time to change. We need to go back to organic science. We need to go back to biochemistry and science and know what we're actually putting on our skin and healthier choices. We got to stop with the heavy amount of chemicals, or synthetic, should be the word, synthetic chemical. Also, less is more, as we've been saying. Less steps is not a bad thing. Our skin can only handle so much. So we need to do that. And in our skincare routine, to support our skin barrier, we need probiotics and prebiotics. And it should not just be in one product. For it to work properly on your skin, you need prebiotics, probiotics, and postbiotics. And you're not going to get that all in one product because of product formulations. So yeah, you got to get into that. And you don't know how to read your labels, or the words don't understand at all in English, maybe it's time to revisit what you use on your skin.
Okay. Thanks for all your insight today. As always, Stephanie. Stephanie's our senior skincare educator, and I'm our client success manager here at Lemoore. So any other questions that you may have, our team is here to help, and you can find more info through the links that we'll be adding to this feed. Thanks for watching today, and we will see you again next week on Friday. Bonnie will probably be back on the live. I'm taking her place today because part of the Lemoore family is gone camping this weekend. They'll be putting lots of those tips into practice. And I noticed that they even brought some of their skincare with them on a canoe camping trip. So that shows true commitment to the rewilding journey, which I love to see. So thanks again for joining, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.